The legal process for bringing a 400 amp service into a house involves several crucial steps, ensuring safety and compliance with the electrical codes. Firstly, obtaining the necessary permits is paramount. Contact the local building department to initiate this process. Secondly, engage a licensed electrician who specializes in high amperage electrical work. Their expertise is crucial for a safe and code-compliant installation. A site inspection will be conducted by the electrician to assess the existing electrical system and determine the optimal method for installing the 400 amp service. There are generally two options for supplying two 200 amp panels. Option 1 involves using an external socket with 4/0 aluminum service entrance cables. In this scenario, the electrician can install a 400 amp socket outside the house. Then, run two separate sets of 4/0 aluminum service entrance cables from the socket to each 200 amp panel. This option is permissible only if the 400 amp socket and cables are adequately protected from the elements and meet all applicable electrical codes. Option 2 involves using internal service entrance cables, specifically 600 kcmil aluminum, with a tap. The electrician can run a single set of 600 kcmil aluminum service entrance cables from the 400 amp service entrance to the interior of the house. Once inside, the electrician can tap off the 600s to supply each 200 amp panel. This option is generally the preferred method because it provides the most robust and efficient distribution of the 400 amp service. Several additional considerations are vital. A main disconnect switch must be installed at the point where the 400 amp service enters the house. This provides a way to energize the entire electrical system for safety and maintenance. Sub-panels must also be installed at the location of each 200 amp panel. These sub-panels provide additional overcurrent protection and distribution points for branch circuits. Compliance with the National Electrical Code, known as the NEC, and local building codes is non-negotiable. All electrical work must adhere to these standards to ensure safety and legality. Considering the NEC requirements, several articles are highly relevant to a 400 amp service installation. Article 230 covers service entrances, specifying the requirements for service conductors, overcurrent protection, and disconnecting means. Article 250 details grounding and bonding requirements, ensuring a safe path for fault current and minimizing the risk of electric shock. Article 310 addresses conductor ampacity, specifying the allowable current carrying capacity of conductors based on their size, insulation type, and installation conditions. Aluminum conductors such as 4/0 and 600 kcmil have specific ampacity ratings listed in NEC tables such as Table 310.16 and 310.17, which must be consulted. Article 408 covers switchboards and panel boards, providing requirements for their installation, overcurrent protection, and working clearances. Article 110 provides general requirements for electrical installations, including working space around electrical equipment, coding of live parts, and identification of circuit breakers. Regarding conductor sizing, the 4/0 aluminum service entrance conductors used in option 1 must have an ampacity sufficient to carry the calculated load of the 200 amp panels they serve. According to NEC Table 310.16, 4/0 aluminum conductors with type THHN insulation have an ampacity of 180 amps at 75 degrees Celsius. Since two sets of 4/0 aluminum conductors are used, each supplying a 200 amp panel, this configuration is acceptable, provided that the calculated load on each panel does not exceed 180 amps. The 600 kcmil aluminum service entrance conductors used in option 2 must have an ampacity sufficient to carry the entire 400 amp service. According to NEC Table 310.16, 600 kcmil aluminum conductors with type THHN insulation have an ampacity of 420 amps at 75 degrees Celsius. This is adequate for a 400 amp service. Overcurrent protection is crucial for protecting the electrical system from overloads and short circuits. A 400 amp main breaker must be installed at the service entrance to protect the 600 kcmil conductors. Each 200 amp panel must also have a main breaker to protect the 4/0 conductors or the conductor's tap from the 600 kcmil conductors. Grounding and bonding are essential for safety. The service neutral must be grounded at the service entrance, and all metallic enclosures and equipment must be bonded together to create a low impedance path for fault current. The grounding electrode system must comply with NEC Article 250 and typically includes a grounding electrode conductor connected to a ground rod, metal water pipe, or concrete encased electrode. Working space and clearances are also critical. NEC Article 110.26 requires adequate working space around electrical equipment, including switchboards, panel boards, and service equipment. This working space must be clear and unobstructed to allow for safe operation and maintenance. The depth of the working space depends on the voltage to ground and the presence of exposed live parts. Specific to New Hampshire electrical codes, the state adopts the NEC with some amendments. Therefore, it is crucial to consult the New Hampshire electrical code to ensure compliance with any state-specific requirements. Common areas where states may amend the NEC include requirements for smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, and energy efficiency. Local municipalities within New Hampshire may also have additional requirements, so it is essential to check with the local building department. When installing a 400 amp service, coordination with the local utility company is also necessary. The utility company will typically provide the service drop or service lateral to the service entrance. They may have specific requirements for the location of the service entrance, the type of service equipment, and the grounding system. The utility company will also need to inspect and approve the installation before energizing the service. Proper labeling and identification are essential for safety and maintenance. All circuit breakers and disconnects must be clearly labeled to indicate the circuits they control. The service equipment must be clearly identified with a permanent label indicating the service voltage, amperage, and the location of the main disconnect. Regular maintenance and inspection are crucial for ensuring the continued safe and reliable operation of the electrical system. The homeowner should periodically inspect the service equipment for signs of damage, corrosion, or overheating. A qualified electrician should perform a more thorough inspection at least every 3 years to check for loose connections, proper grounding, and compliance with current electrical codes. When making connections, proper torque is essential. All electrical connections must be tightened to the manufacturer's specified torque to ensure a reliable and safe connection. Over-tightening can damage the conductor or terminal, while under-tightening can lead to loose connections, overheating, and potential fire hazards. Torque screwdrivers or torque wrenches should be used to ensure proper tightening. Using the correct tools is important. When working with electrical equipment, it is essential to use the correct tools for the job. Insulated tools should be used to protect against electric shock. Conduit benders, wire strippers, and cable cutters should be used to properly install and terminate conductors. Safety is paramount. Working with electricity can be dangerous, so it is essential to take all necessary safety precautions. Always de-energize circuits before working on them. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, including safety glasses, gloves, and footwear. Never work alone, and always have a qualified electrician supervise or perform the work. If unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult a qualified electrician. The information provided here is intended for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. A qualified electrician should always be consulted for any electrical work. In summary, legally bringing a 400 amp service into a house and supplying two 200 amp panels requires careful planning, adherence to electrical codes, and the expertise of a licensed electrician. Obtaining permits, conducting site inspections, choosing the appropriate wiring method, and ensuring proper overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding are all critical steps. Regular maintenance and inspection are essential for continued safety and reliability. Option 2. Using internal 600 kcmil aluminum service entrance cables with a tap is generally the preferred method for its robust and efficient power distribution. Remember safety first, and always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work.